Yo guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I will be talking about the original animated The Lion King. Alright, so today we are talking about Disney, the first animated movie of the series and also one of the biggest animated movies ever made. I have extensively talked about the Lion King live action and its sequel Mufasa. I haven't talked about it on this channel, but I thought that was okay, but I haven't really ever talked about this animated classic, and I feel like it deserved to be talked about, as I feel like this movie, even though it's animated, it's definitely one of the biggest cultural impacts on Hollywood in recent years, because it is animated and because it was so insanely good and about the story that it told and stuff like that, and everyone knows it. It's a cultural phenomenon, so I felt the obligation to talk about this movie, to talk about this renaissance that it brought with it. So let's get straight into it. Cultural impacts, fun facts, the places in the rankings in the top 250s, and of course, if does this movie have any remakes, sequels, or adaptations of it, and a movie review. Let's get into it. I have hinted about it already in the beginning monologue of this video, but this movie cemented the Renaissance era for Disney. Disney's animated movies can be blocked up into certain time periods and certain eras, and this one definitely was the biggest impact of the Renaissance era. Alongside with movies like Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, it was very clear with The Lion King that Disney owned the 1990s in animated movies. This is mainly because The Lion King became the highest grossing animated movie ever made, and it was only dethroned by Frozen, which was released like 19 years later. And this movie, with its stunning visuals, also proved that hand-drawn animation could both be commercially successful and full of high art. And of course, it's blockbuster entertainment, and I still hope that they bring the 2D animated structure back, because I miss it. The Lion King also started a global cultural phenomenon. Of course, and I will be talking about it in a minute, but it has a remake. It's a live action one, but not only that, it also has another version of a live action remake, namely a Broadway musical that has started airing in 1997, 3 years after the release of the movie, and is still playing today. The Lion King Broadway musical has been airing for 28 years. It's one of the most successful Broadway musicals in history. And it remains one of Disney's most prestigious and valuable properties that it owns. It really shaped how studios could use media to create blockbuster cultural phenomena and like this big thing for movies from one single film. You could definitely say that the impact of The Lion King has become an empire for Disney. I have hinted at it in one of the earlier Getting Cultured With videos, but yes, this movie, its story is based upon Hamlet. And the story of this movie particularly chose to blend the hero's journey together with a Hamlet story, together with African mythology, to create something as unique as The Lion King was. This movie showed that even children's films could tackle themes like death, betrayal, isolation, and other stuff. That's pretty damn dark. Some of these existential themes set and paved the way for a studio like Pixar to do what they did very best in the early 2000s as well, creating movies that had that Pixar spark, as we were talking about in a Pixar movie. The power to mix entertainment with a very deep meaning and a very deep message. Some fun facts for you all. This movie was considered a B movie for Disney, as most of Disney's animators chose to do another movie instead that they thought would be more prestigious. That movie was Pocahontas. The Lion King was actually mostly seen as a side project for Disney, yet it became one of its biggest assets. And I think for most you can even say that it became Disney's crown jewel. Most movies, even the animated ones, usually get something that's called a rough cut in the beginning that showcases the entire movie before they fine-tune everything in editing process and everything that is going on beyond that, and there's usually a lot of changing still happening after that rough cut. But the opening scene, the Circle of Life scene, was nearly unchanged because it was so powerful already. Normally, they wanted to have more dialogue in that, but it was so incredibly powerful that they chose to do it with the music, and they chose to keep it nearly unchanged with no dialogues at all. They thought this scene should serve as the entire trailer with musical bangers topped over it. The animators really wanted to do the best job they possibly could with the animation, so they brought in real lions so they could analyze their movements. It's similar to how the team of Walt Disney studied deer when they were creating Bambi. If you take a look at the rankings in the top 250 lists, you can see a very big difference in there, as it is currently not rated in the top 250 for Letterboxd, but it is for IMDb, and in IMDb it's listed as the 36th best film ever. There's a big gap in that. It's on number 36 best movies ever on IMDb, but not even listed on Letterboxd. I think it's no question for anyone to know if this movie had any sequels, remakes, reboots, or adaptations, as we had two sequels direct to video to this, called The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, and Lion King 1.5, focusing on Timon and Pumbaa's side of the story. We also have the live-action remake for 2019 and those sequels that it got in Mufasa, and probably a third one already on the way. We also have the stage Broadway musical. We have an entire series dedicated to some of the children of Simba. The influences that this movie had in Hamlet, so you can watch Hamlet, and that's also a little bit of a Lion King story that you're watching. I do think there's another project that's worth mentioning as well, and it's an anime movie from Osamu Tezuka. That movie being called Kimba the White Lion, and it's also part of a big online debate as if this movie, The Lion King, stole the ideas from Kimba the White Lion because of huge similarities in its story. I haven't seen Kimba the White Lion yet, so I can't give you my personal opinion on that matter, but it does spark some controversy online. But decide for yourself, what do you think? And to top it all off, of course, my movie review for this one. I have talked about the 2019 movie, thinking and saying it was very great, and absolutely still loving that 2019 movie because it does capture some of the great stories and story beats that the original movie tells. And I have a feeling that the 2019 movie does the songs pretty damn great as well, but we're not talking about that one. We are talking about the original Lion King, and this, I have to say, it remains one of the best made ever. The best animated movies ever made. It's such an incredible feat of cinema. I watched it when I was a child, like daily, on a daily basis, in Dutch, even the English version. I watched that as a child as well because I was so mesmerized about the story. The Lion King was everything for me. Right now in my bed stands a doll from Simba, so I am not sleeping with Simba because he stands at the top of the bed and I am laying in the rest of the bed, of course. So I'm not holding Simba, but there is a Simba doll in my bed as of now, which is also saying something about how deeply I love this franchise and how deeply I love this movie. I love its sequels. I do think the sequels aren't holding up as great as I originally thought that they were. I do also think that some of the music and some of the songs is done better in the 2019 movies, but still they are done exceptionally well in this one. And I love, even though I love Be Prepared in the 2019 movie, I love how extended that movie is, or that song is, in this film. And I feel like the animation is stunning as hell and works phenomenally great. I watched this movie again on the big screen. That's the reason that I'm talking about it right now, because I was able to watch it on one of the biggest screen possible, and that elevates the story and that elevates the movie even more. And even though I have seen this movie countless times before, I still do think Mufasa's death is one of the most devastating scenes of all time, and I still cry when it happens, even though I know it's coming and I can't prepare for it. And because I saw it on the big screen, I could see more and more and more details that I had never seen before that were still new to me. So kudos to the animation, kudos to the story, kudos to everything else, kudos to the music being perfect. I think that this movie may be one of the big reasons that I love musicals so much. It's because this thing is so incredibly great. So yes, in the end, I will give The Lion King animated movie 1994 5 stars in the heart. It's just one of the best movies ever made, and you can't deny the cultural power that this movie has over everything. Alright, what did you think of this one? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. I want to thank you for watching, and I would like to see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye bye.